Hello guys, I'm Solera and I'm joined today by Coach Ewok. Hello Ewok.
Hello, hello.
Congrats with the win, and it's the first grand finals for RRQ. Tell me how you feel.
It's been a long journey. It's been a couple of late nights for us to get here. So just really happy that we could pull through today. At some points today it looked like it wasn't looking too great, but there's a lot of things that comes with today's victory as well, with the EWC qualification. There's not a lot of time to play the qualifier and everything because we want to be doing well at Toronto as well. So I think just a lot of positive points for today.
There were two maps today where you got completely destroyed, and then like two very close maps. So can you walk me through the match, like pretty short each map, and tell me like what happened?
I think both maps where we get smashed is, we're not even bad on those maps. I feel like those are still comfortable. Well, we picked Fracture, so it just also shows that we are comfortable on this map as well. But I think we had some misunderstanding in terms of the game plan and what I meant in the timeouts. So it's some things that we can talk about a little bit tonight. So I think just some confusion in terms of how we wanted to play, just giving too much space. And then there wasn't a lot of like adaptation from the players individually either. And then also no one could shoot back, except Jamkin. I guess he was kind of shooting back. So I think for the icebox, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like we didn't play as poorly on the icebox as we did on the Fracture.
Yeah, it was close each round.
Yeah, there was a lot of close rounds. But I think PepperX did really well. We were struggling against the OP. The OP was playing really well in terms of hiding from our KO knife and playing a little bit more passive than what he played yesterday. So we analyzed their game yesterday and he was playing a little bit differently, and it was working really well against us in terms of how they were flooding, and we weren't adapting as well as what we needed to. And then just hard on pistols. And
Split and Pearl were so close. I wanted to know what allowed the team to actually go and like win those rounds, those maps.
Also, again, we're kind of comfortable with all the maps in the map pool, and that's also why we're excited to play BO5, because we don't really mind playing anything. So I think for those two, I think both maps we could have closed earlier. I think it's kind of on us that it went to OT, so I'm glad we could close it. I think we were quite well prepped on those, even though for Split they made a change. But it's a comp that we used to play before, and we played against them in Chengdu when they were playing that comp, and we were playing that comp as well. So there's nothing really new from that composition, so we kind of know what to expect.
Okay, and going into Ascent, what was like the team vibe? What did you tell the team before the last map?
I think we were a little bit laughing after map 4 because of like how stomp it was. And we felt like we didn't really play that poorly, but we were just not shooting back. There's like a lot of times there's that round where the Viper is just running to mid and we're like 3 guys trying to kill him and all 3 guys just whiffed. So there's not much to say, to be honest. Like, what can we say? And then we just said, okay, well, we're playing a BO1 now. The last map is just a BO1, just focus on that one. It doesn't matter, rest doesn't matter. And then we got a lot of good momentum. We played some good rounds. We're always comfortable with Ascent. So I think just our baby Ascent came in clutch again for us.
Tomorrow you'll be playing a rematch against Genji, and Genji is your kryptonite in a way. So, and you lost to them yesterday. What do you think will allow you to actually win tomorrow?
There's quite a lot of similarities between PepperX and Genji. I think Genji are maybe a little bit even stronger strategically. PepperX have been getting better strategically, I think, since they're kind of making this run. There's just a lot of sharp players, a lot of contacting. And I think yesterday we couldn't really keep up with Genji in terms of their sharpness. They were too sharp for us. And I feel like we didn't really get to the macro side a lot of the time because we just couldn't hang with them really. They were just shooting better, they were trading better than us. So the most important thing is just going to be we need to like play confident, and we know if we can play our normal way, we know we can beat them. It's just, we just need to show it.
Okay, so your team was playing best of 5 tonight. How do you think they like handled that pressure, that like long? I have a feeling that like all those overtimes with Nongshim kind of prepared you, like your stamina, you know, all those like high pressure rounds. So like, but in your opinion, how did they handle that pressure tonight?
Well, for me at this point, if it only goes 14-12, then it's like, oh, only 14-12? Like, I don't know.
We are quick tonight.
Yeah, that's a quick game, you know? So yeah, we've had a lot of like disappointments and like long OTs that definitely help prepare some of the boys that's been there. And we talked a lot about it as well. It's not something that we shy away from, that we try to act like, okay, we haven't lost a lot of OTs. There's been a lot of OTs that we were on the wrong side of it. So we were talking in terms of how do we need to handle it, what do we need to do to improve. So that's also our team sports psychologist helps us with that.
Oh, yeah.
And we're very aware of that there is a potential problem there and we need to address it. And it's something that you cannot just fix instantly. Just the more times you play it, you can just practice to get better at it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just something we take seriously in terms of how to prepare for it, and then expect, like, already kind of putting your mindset in how will I be when I get there.
Yeah.
And when you get there, it's not like unexpected or it's like uncharted waters.
Yeah.
It's something where, okay, I'm prepared for this. We talked so many times, we're ready to play all 5 maps today. And we had such a long discussion and it ended up being all 5 and the boys were ready.
Yeah, and I was kind of worried after Icebox, so like what will be the vibe before like the last map, but the guys were so confident.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it shows a lot of resilience. Jemkin. Like certain Russian duelist who did really well tonight.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I can't sometimes recognize him this season. Something happened, like he's playing so well this year. Like as his like head coach, like can you tell me like about like his growth as a player and as a duelist?
For me, maybe surprisingly, I've felt like he's always been like this since he joined the team. I think there's rarely been maps or series where underperforms. I think a BO5 is just like the best case for him to showcase how good he is, because you get so many chances and you just get to play a lot. So I think for him, I'm not really surprised. None of us are really surprised. He does it in practice all day long. I feel like usually the rest of the group are better than this in practice, but he's the same in practice. If you talk to any other teams, he just farms people in practice also. And so we're not too surprised. He's someone that just is extremely talented. He works hard as well. He's a very diligent player, and it's something that I really enjoy working with him, because I feel like most of the time we see pretty much eye to eye and we get to talk openly about things. So yeah, I think so far he's been a real like pleasure to work with.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see him on international stage.
Agreed.
Crazy guy, another change this year, and like listening to your comps, I feel that he's a leader. He's like, he plays that role so well, like supporting, like keeping the vibe, keeping like the guys in the right mood, you know. So and then calming them down if they like get overcooked mentally, you know. Tell me about Crazy Guy, his addition.
Well, he's a very experienced player coming from Counter-Strike as well. Played a lot of Valorant. He's won stuff in Valorant as well with winning Ascension. So I think he's a natural leader. I still think there's some things that are like strategically we're like aligning still. Some is like a lot more strategically me, and sometimes he just wants to free call, and it makes me extremely anxious, and the rounds are going absolutely crazy, but then it works out. So I also put a lot of trust in him. In terms of I make most of the playbook. I'll make probably 90% of the stuff of the playbook, but I'm always open to him adjusting. And whether he has a feeling for something, then he does it. Whether he wants to change our pistol all of a sudden or change something, I give him that freedom, because at the end of the day, he's the one in the server, and I want him to have the ultimate say and the power to be able to make that decision. And I think it's something where he's proved also where, sometimes I think, oh, it's absolutely crazy, but it works. It works in his own way. So I think just for him, he has some crazy ideas and it works. And he's a natural leader. I haven't seen him to the point where he gets tilted or whatever. There's been a lot of times where, of course, you can get tilted, right? Especially when we're playing like that. But he's someone for the other boys to look at and like, oh, okay, well, he's a selfless guy. He doesn't care if he goes minus 50. He'll still shoot. He'll still die for the team. His voice will be same. His energy will be same. So I think that's like such a crucial thing to have in the team.
Thank you for sharing. That's so beautiful. Like, I love the trust that you're showing to your IGL, and I think it's a beautiful tandem that you are having. And lastly, very shortly, like, what do you want to tell RRQ fans before tomorrow's match with Junji?
Surely this time. Well, dude, it's been a very long journey. I hope you guys can continue supporting us. We want to make sure we beat them this time. I think this one would be the highest stakes one as well. So let's do it this time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ewok, for doing this interview with us.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.